Hello and welcome to yet another interesting episode of Frontliner on Ogama TV. I am Chidiogo Asuke. Today we are going to be moving a little bit away from politics. We're going to be talking about a very disturbing and topical issue in Nigeria today. We take a look at the growing insecurity in Nigeria with specific emphasis on the recent abduction of students, pupils, and teachers from 3 schools in Esele community, Orire local government area of Oyo State, and the tragic killing of one of the abducted teachers, Michael Oyedekun. The incident has once again raised serious concern about the safety of schools, the effectiveness of Nigerian security architecture, and the response of the federal government under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now, how safe are Nigerians today? Are government efforts enough to tackle insecurity? And what urgent steps must be taken to prevent schools from becoming targets of criminal attacks? These are the issues we shall discuss on Frontliner today. On the morning of Friday, May the 15th, 2026, armed bandits reportedly invaded Esele community in Orire local government area of Oyo State, abducting staff, students, and pupils from Community Grammar School, Baptist Nursery and Primary School, and LA Primary School. Amid detention surrounding the abduction, reports later confirmed the unaliving of one of the kidnapped teachers, identified as Michael Oyedekun, a development that has generated nationwide grief and outrage. Reacting to the incident, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu strongly condemned the killing, describing it as barbaric and inhumane. The president expressed sadness over the development and extended condolences to the family of the slain teachers. While sympathizing with the government and people of Oyo State, President Tinubu also commended Seyi Makinde for steps taken so far in handling the crisis. According to the president, the federal government is working closely with the Oyo State government and security agencies to ensure the rescue of all remaining victims. He further praised the efforts of the Inspector General of Police and security operatives in Oyo and Kwara State for deploying tactical teams and intelligence response team operated to rescue the abducted victims. President Tinubu disclosed that Inspector General of Police, acting on his directive, is personally coordinating a technology-driven operation aimed at tracking and dismantling the criminal network responsible for the attack. The president also renewed calls for the establishment of state police, saying underserved communities require stronger local security structures to combat rising cases of kidnapping and violent crimes. Now, kidnapping for ransom has become one of Nigeria's most pressing security challenges, from highway to rural communities and now schools. Criminal groups continue to launch coordinated attacks that leave citizens living in fear. Questions many Nigerians are asking include: why are schools being frequently targeted? Are security agencies overstretched? Why do kidnappers continue operating with such confidence? Has intelligence gathering failed at community level? Are rural areas receiving adequate security attentions? These and many more are the questions in the lips of every Nigerian right now. Now, President Tinubu's response to the Oyo attack has drawn both praise and criticism. Supporters of the administrations believe the president demonstrated seriousness by condemning the killing immediately, ordering intensified rescue operations, directing the IGP to coordinate a technology-driven operation, promising that the perpetrators and their collaborators will face justice, renewing calls for state police. However, critics argue that government responses often come after tragedies occur. Nigerians want preventive measures rather than repeated condemnations. Security reforms must produce visible improvements on the ground. The president's endorsement of state police has also reopened national debates over whether decentralized policing can improve security across Nigeria. On the debate over state police, One of the major highlights of President Tinubu's reaction is his renewed calls for state police. Supporters argue that state police will improve local intelligence gathering, security response will become faster, local communities understand their terrain better, governors can respond more effectively to threats within their states. Opponents, however, fear that state police could be abused for political purposes. Some states may lack the financial capacity to sustain police structures. Multiple policing systems may create coordination challenges. The question remains, is state police the solution Nigeria urgently needs right now? Now, let's talk about the safety of Nigerian schools. The Oyo incident has revived painful memories of previous school kidnappings across Nigeria. Parents are increasingly worried about the safety of children in schools, particularly in rural areas. Their major concerns include lack of perimeter fencing, inadequate security personnel, poor emergency response systems, weak surveillance infrastructure, delayed intervention during attacks. Now, education stakeholders has warned that continued attack on schools could discourage education and worsen the number of out-of-school children in Nigeria. What about the human cost of insecurity? Beyond the headlines are real human tragedies. The killing of Michael Oyedekun has sparked grief and anger amongst Nigerians who believe innocent citizens should not continue paying the price for security failures. Families of victims often face emotional trauma, financial hardship, psychological distress, loss of confidence in government protection. The tragedy also highlights the growing risk faced daily by teachers, students, and education workers across the country. The bottom line is the abduction in Oyo State and the killing of teacher Michael Oyedekun once again highlights the urgent need for stronger and more proactive security measures across Nigeria. While President Tinubu has condemned the attack, ordered intensified rescue operations, and renewed calls for state police, many Nigerians believe the country must now move beyond promises to concrete actions. The safety of schools, communities, and citizens must remain a national priority. Nigerians' future depends not only on economic growth and political stability, but also on the ability of governments at all levels to protect lives and property effectively. And on this note, we are drawing the curtain for today's episode. Thank you for joining us on Frontliner. I remain your favorite host, Chidiogo Asuke. Good day and stay safe out there.
When you think of online TV and radio, broadcasting, media consultancy, event coverage, event management and planning, there's no better name than Ogama TV. But that's not all. We're also into photo studio and coverage, equipment rental, news blogging, fashion and pageantry. We are at number 5/21 Chime Avenue, beside Open Sheraton Restaurant, New Haven, Enugu. Follow us on our social media handles: Facebook at Ogama TV, Instagram at Ogama TV1, Twitter at Ogama TV, website www.ogamatv.com. You can also send us email at ogamatv@gmail.com. Ogama TV, your one-stop media solution.